All right, this video is for the lesson 9.2 homework. We're doing volume of other prisms today. So Friday we did triangular prisms. Today we're going to do trapezoidal and then polygonal, all the others, okay? The same formula holds that we used on Friday. Volume equals the area of the base times the height. That's just our general formula for volume of a prism, any prism. So on these top four, the base is a trapezoid, so make sure that you can pick out which side is your base. Find the trapezoid on these. So especially these, they're not going to be sitting on their base. Usually their base is kind of facing you where you can see it. So on this one, number one, which one of the numbers is the height of the entire prism? 31. So remember, from base to base. So if this is one of our bases, the other one's back here, and the distance between those two bases, that's our height. Okay, so we know our height. The big B, the area of the base. So the area of a trapezoid is half base 1 plus base 2. And then we're using H again, but this is a different H. This is the height of the trapezoid. Keep them separate or it'll mess you up. So on these, I didn't do it on the triangular ones because they're a little bit easier. On these, I'm going to find the area of the base and then in another step multiply it by the height. So I'm going to find the area of this base or of this trapezoid. So my bases are the 42 and the 52. The height of the trapezoid is this one over here, the 46. So I can just plug those values in. Again, make sure that you get the bases, the parallel sides of the trapezoid in the right spot. It doesn't matter which one is base 1 and base 2. That doesn't make a difference. And then the height here is 46. Okay. Oops, scoot this over to the other side. So we've got 42 plus 52 times 46. So the area of this base is 2162. We could also use a big B for that, like it is in the formula. So once we have the area of that base, all we have to do is take that number and multiply it by the height of the prism. You can do this all in one fell swoop. You could type all this in and then do times 31 at the end. That works too. I'm just trying to break it down so you can kind of see the individual steps. Ooh, that number looks really big, but it is really big. So 67022, and then this is feet, and then remember with volume, we cube it. It's cubic feet. So trapezoidal prisms are the only ones that you'll have to find a missing dimension on. The other ones, the ones down here, the polygonal ones, you won't have to do that with. So this time we have the volume. So again, we know big BH, we know big B, the area of the base is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 height, and then times the height of the figure. So I'm going to use a big H for the height of the figure. So let's pick that value out first. Which one of these is the height of the figure in this diagram? So there's my trapezoid. The height of the figure is not going to be on the trapezoid. So I'm finding the height of this figure. So I can fill everything else in. So volume is 285. Bases of my trapezoid are 6 and 13. Height of my trapezoid is 10. And then the height of the figure is X. So these I can do menu 3-1. I'm going to do this by hand. So first thing I want to do is simplify this part. I want to do just these numbers together. It's all multiplication, so order doesn't matter. So I can do just pieces of it. So now I have 285 equals 95, and I just tack the x on the end. To solve it, divide both sides by 95. And so that would be the height of that figure. All right. All the other prisms. Any shape, triangles, squares, rectangles, hexagons, pentagons. The area of those shapes is 1/2 little a big P. This is what we did last unit. Little a is the apothem from the side to the center. Big P is the perimeter. These won't get too gross. So if I want to find the volume of one of these shapes, okay, formula big BH still applies. We can expand it out if we want to. Big B is going to be 1/2 little a times big P, and then H is going to be the height of the shape, if you want to plug it in all at once. The first couple ones, all you're doing is putting pieces in the right places. So on number 5, which one of those numbers is the apothem of the shape? What about the perimeter? How would I find the perimeter of this base piece? 6. So it gives me the length of a side. If I want the perimeter, I take that side length and multiply it by the number of sides. So be careful with those. Don't just plug a side length into there. And then the height still works the same from base to base. So the polygons, the hexagons, the pentagons, all those are going to be your base. So again, it's the distance between your bases. And then just like all the others we've done, you can plug it all in at once. All right, so this one, we are rounding to the nearest hundredth on this page. This one, though, is already rounded off for us. And then this is going to be yards. So yards cubed. So 7's a triangular prism. We've done triangular prisms before. We can't use that same formula, though, because we don't have the information we need. To use the area of the triangle formula, the 1/2 base height, we've got the base of the triangle. What we don't have is the full height. But we can use this formula because we have the apothem. Okay. So the apothem is 1.73. Big P's the perimeter. So if one side is 6, a triangle has 3 sides. So the perimeter is going to be 18. And then it got the height from base to base is going to be 24. Plug it all in at once. And this one, we don't have to do any rounding. It's right where we need it to be. And then feet cubed. All right, the last one we have, all they give us is a side length. We don't have the apothem, but we can find the apothem. And so this is in the notes from last unit. We did this. It's the one that says missing dimensions. Finding the apothem using the perimeter. So how we do that, to find the apothem, it was this formula. The side length over 2 tangent of 180 over n, and n was the number of sides. So if I plug in here, I'm going to write it, I'm going to go down here. A equals, all right, so the side length is 14, 2 tan, and then 180 over, number of sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not going to type that out, though. I'm not going to estimate that number. I'm going to use that whole piece in this formula. Okay, oh, here we go. So I'm using this formula still. So 1/2. So the apothem is all of this. 14 over 2 tan 180 over 6. Perimeter. One side is 14. And I've got 6 sides, so 14 times 6. There's my perimeter. And then the 22, that's my height. Use your parentheses on this one, especially with that crazy apothem. It'll keep everything neat for you. Okay. Ooh. All right. 1 1 2 0 2. Now we got to round this one. 0.905. 0.91 feet cubed. You only have one that you have to do like that. Number 10. And I'm going to give you a help on 10. It gives me the perimeter. So how would I find the length of just one of these sides? Divided by the number of sides. So 63 divided by 3 is going to give us side lengths of 21. So now you have all the information you need to fill that one in. Okay? All right.